What I'm most concerned with is really tomorrow night having the potential for some severe thunderstorms erupting. You'll see there's a little bit of shower activity. I saw Duke standing out there, a little bit of sun, a little bit of rain. That's kind of the nature of this tonight. It's going to be some light showers kind of working their way through. Basically west of Worcester, right along 495 to the west and north of the Mass Pike. That's where we're seeing the showers right now. But the tropics, that's a whole other story. Look at all of that rain and look at how it's just expanding out. That's what happens when these storms start to go from tropical to what we call extratropical. They just expand out and cover a lot of real estate. And that's what this one's doing right now. Also, remember, there is a tornado watch box out until 8 o'clock tonight. The reason I point that out is because tomorrow we may have a tornado watch box issued for us. You see, as this storm travels its way to the north, there's where the center will go. But remember, it's covering a lot of real estate once again. It's expanding out. So on this side, we see the heavy rain. On this side, there's actually potential for some severe thunderstorms. So that's what I'll be watching tomorrow as it makes its closest approach to us about 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So the heavy rain is going to be out to the west of Albany. This is where we're likely to see some flooding way out to the west. I'm not overly concerned about flooding, but with severe thunderstorms, you can get a quick downburst out of it, and it can make travel a little treacherous in isolated areas. How much rain are we talking about here? Generally about a ½ inch to an inch of rain. If you go farther to the west, you have a better chance of getting a couple of inches of rain, but this is not going to be a big rainmaker for us. This is really kind of like an afternoon of thunderstorms that we're going to be keeping an eye on, but it won't be in the afternoon. It'll be more toward evening. So tonight we've got a few scattered showers that are out there. Tomorrow there'll be a few scattered showers as well. You'll notice tomorrow though, it is muggy. So we're back to that muggy weather. It feels tropical, and that's usually when you start to feel like we may have some thunderstorms going. And that's what'll happen tomorrow evening. We're going to start to see this band developing out here to the west. This might be a little slow in projecting it, but as it pushes its way across the state, that's when I would be concerned about some severe weather moving its way in, especially from 495 to areas to the west. Now this line will continue marching its way eastward after midnight, arriving in Boston. And again, we could have a rumble of thunder overnight tomorrow night and possibly even some strong thunderstorms out of that one as well. The rain will likely carry into early Saturday morning, and then the winds will switch around. Cool, refreshing air is going to start pushing its way in. It's going to really be a nice Saturday afternoon. But there is a risk of tornadoes out of this thing. It's a low risk, but it's not zero. The greatest risk is going to be west of 495 and really as we head through the afternoon hours. The nature of these storms are they're quick, they spin up really quick, and they fall apart really quick. But just want to give you a heads up that there is that threat of seeing some tornadoes tomorrow as that line works its way through. The most likely spot is going to be to the southwest. The greatest risk being between about 3 and 11 tomorrow as you look west of 495. So do keep that in mind. Keep an eye to the sky. We will be here all day tomorrow, all night tomorrow night, keeping you posted on what's going to be happening with these storms coming in. Right now, over the city, it's 69 degrees. Humidity is coming up a little bit, but it's going to get really muggy later on tonight. And tomorrow, muggy day with those PM thunderstorms. They'll start in the afternoon out to the west. They'll march their way eastward as we head through the evening and into the overnight. And we could have some rain early Saturday morning. But if you sleep in, you'll miss it because by afternoon, we're staring at sunshine, 84 degrees, and the humidity is dropping like a rock after this thing goes through. Then we'll see low humidity, comfortable temperatures, and plenty of sunshine as we head for Sunday and most of next week, it looks like.